Now friends, we shall look into the third factor of production, namely capital. What is capital? We may define capital as the part of wealth of any individual or a community which is used for further production of wealth, which is used for increasing of wealth. A part of the wealth which is used to increase the wealth. It might be belonging to one individual or it might be belonging to a community. That is what is called as capital. It is a flow. It is a stock concept. That means it gives us a periodical income. It is to be understood like the capital and the wealth both are not the same, but capital is a part of the wealth. Wealth means the total assets that a person or an individual or a humanity group, community might have. So the portion of the wealth which he is ready to part away from him to produce something and to earn out of the partition is called as the real capital. So it is rightly defined as the produced means of production or man-made instrument of production. It refers to all the man-made goods that are used for further production of increasing the wealth. So here you can identify or you can distinguish capital from land and the other factors of production. But is capital a primary factor? No, it is not a primary factor. But it is a factor of production which uses the other primary factors. It might be in the form of cash or it might be in the form of machine tools, instruments or the other ways also. So anything which helps for further production which has an attached to wealth value to it is called as a capital. Now these capital can be classified into 6 or 7 varieties. What are they? First one, let me say, it is fixed capital. What is it which is called as fixed capital? Over a period of time it exists and it is durable in shape. That is what is called as a fixed time asset. Like you cannot change its shape or size, but it is durable, it could be used. Say for example, tools and machine. The machine is fixed, it's made, it could be used to produce something more than that. It is already a produced one, it is an asset, it is a part of your wealth. That is called as fixed capital. Next one is circulating capital. Circulating capital is one which is used in the factor of which is used as the factor of production and which is used in the function of production, but it has only single use and it cannot be further used anymore. That sort of capital is called as a circulating capital. For example, petrol. Petrol is needed to run the machine. But once a petrol is used, it cannot be reused. It is used for production, for running the machine. So it is a capital, but it is used for the production of the other goods, but it can be produced only once. That is what is called circulating capital. Next is real capital. Real capital is one which has a physical appearance. Say for example, building, machines, plants in the sense not agricultural plants, but here we mean the machineries and the accessories. So this is called real capital. Next is human capital. Human capital means it is the skill and ability of human beings. That also is said to be considered to be capital because it doesn't exist in every other human being. A skill of making things and the ability of Making pottery is there in the pottery man who is able to make pot only. So his skill is also called as a capital, and it is human capital. Next is tangible capital. Capital can be classified as intangible and tangible. What is intangible? It is in the form of certain right and benefit. That is, you cannot see it. It doesn't have a physical existence, but it is a one which gives you money value, which has an attached money value towards it. Say, for example, a goodwill of a concern. If a concern has earned a reputation in a particular area, and if people are willing to use the concern and if they are to buy the concern, then it says the firm has earned some reputation. It has money values attached to it. It's called goodwill. You cannot sense it, you cannot touch it, you cannot feel it, but it is an asset. It is a capital. Only by the reputation the firm earns consumers. So that is tangible asset. Sorry, that is intangible asset, which you cannot see. But tangible asset is one which can be felt by senses. Copyrights, patent right, all these are intangible asset. Next, individual capital. Individual capital is the money that has been contributed for business by a person on his own. It is his personal property. That is what is called as individual capital. Social capital. Social capital is the belonging of one society. Say, for example, bridges, roads, dams, all these, they belong to one society. So that is called as social capital. So we have now seen the varieties of capital that exist in the economic world.